Donald Trump doesn't seem to know how to get control over the Epstein thing. Like, he already had Adelita Grijalva coming in, there was gonna be the vote, then the emails came out, and it's looking worse every day. And he's freaking out, especially because it seems like there's gonna be a lot more Republican support for releasing the documents than he expected. What do you make of that, Cenk?
Yeah, I think that he is melting down in a beautiful way. But I think that what's happening is in the meltdown, he's giving us clues. So let's talk about that as you tell us.
I like clues. Okay, well, let's jump into first what he had to say and then some of the Republican reactions to it. So he took more than a full day off of Truth Social posting, which is already like, if that's happening, there's something big going on. Either it's that bad of a scandal or the micro seizures have gotten really bad. Those are the only times.
Let me start it like this. If you don't believe that the Republicans and Donald Trump should release the Epstein files, you need to ask yourself, are you really America first? Because I hate this gang mentality we have with the Republicans and the Democrat. Like, you got to be so for the party that no matter what they do, you got to be like, nah, well, yeah, whatever they did wrong, but that's my people. So, no, we don't. No, we don't. We can say we don't like you, we don't like you, and you. We need you out, and we need y'all to change. And they the other ones. Y'all don't see what he doing? Y'all don't think what he doing is bad? Because we do. We the people do. So if you don't agree with us, then maybe we need to get y'all out too. That's what need to happen.
He takes a full day off. So when he did come around to it, he said the Democrats are doing everything in their withering power to push the Epstein hoax again. Some capital W weak Republicans have fallen into their clutches because they are soft and foolish. Epstein was a Democrat, and he is the Democrats' problem, not the Republicans' problem. But if he was a—
See, I don't even like that statement. What you mean, a Republican or a Democrat problem, whatever? What does that mean? The Republican people are protecting this PDF file? You think the people, like the Republican people, you think they're not good Americans that want to see the Epstein and the other billionaires he connect? Like, we want all the billionaires that he connect to go down, even if it means Trump, who we voted for. Are you crazy? Is America first?
Democrat, why was he your best friend for literally decades? I don't know, maybe it was a bipartisan friendship, I don't know. So anyway, it's not his problem, it's their problem. Well, there evidently are a lot of weak and soft Republicans these days because many of them are saying, no, we should probably get to the bottom of this. First, here is Senator John Kennedy.
Well, here is the way that my people here in Louisiana see it, Casey. My people want to know who else, if anyone, did Epstein traffic young women to? And if they were punished, how were they punished? And if they weren't punished, why? Now, President Trump has turned that issue over to Attorney General Bondi. And I don't know how she is going to answer that question for the American people without releasing all the records. Maybe she can, but I just don't think this issue is going to go away until that issue is
all these people need to retire.
is addressed and answered to the American people's satisfaction. Yeah. And I may end up with a sombrero on my head for saying that, but that's the way I see it.
That's actually kind of the funniest thing I think he's ever said at the end, because that's probably what's going to happen. I would say maybe the sombrero and then a plane would dump diarrhea on you. But yeah, look, and that's not a guy that has been like fighting gung-ho to release his stuff all this.
That's a slick way of saying I'll probably get deported for saying this.
Time, I feel like he's probably getting a lot of pressure from his constituents to do something about this. And it's not just him. Here is Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene.
This is information that has needed to come out for a very long time, and the American people have demanded it. And so the American people deserve to see.
We demand it. We demand it. We the people demand it.
Transparency from their government. Rich, powerful people should not be protected. That is completely wrong. And it's a message to victims everywhere, victims of rape, human trafficking, and children who are trapped in terrible situations, that the government will not protect the predators, that we will work hard to protect the victims.
And so that's good. Now, she more so than John Kennedy has been consistent on this for a number of—
America first, we tired of the wars. We tired of these people getting killed in foreign lands, and we tell them, oh, we know why. When really they attacking us because we trying to take their oil, or we turn their population upside down and take out their leadership like we trying to do with Venezuela now, and just bombing their people because we don't like them, or because they won't do what America say they going, like say they want. Oh, you ain't listening to us? Well, now you're a terrorist regime. Now you don't have a government, you have a regime now. That's what America do. They'll be like, they'll say the Venezuelan government, the Venezuelan regime will fall. They're forget China and fentanyl. It's coming from Venezuela. We need to attack their drug boat. Forget, we don't know who on it, whatever. We just going, it's just a missile. That's what America do right now. We just kill them all. We kill them and then ask questions later. See how many we got. If y'all don't know that America is striking boats on in the water, talking about it's because of the drugs, fentanyl, like it's not coming from China or Mexico, the cartel. It's crazy what they're not even trying. They're using ChatGPT to come up with their. I don't even think they're using ChatGPT. Honestly, I think they're using like an outdated version. They're not paying for the real thing, the deeper learning, because they're using a basic package. This is crazy. We're just giving money to foreign land. People only care about giving money away when it comes to helping the American people. We can help the homeless. We can help the veterans. We can help the first-time home owners and families that got a 2-family house. Mom and dad, 1 kid, start a home. They're going to grow out of it and the next family come in there. No, we can't help them, but we can help the banks and the airlines. And nobody say, hey, I'm not the CEO of an airline company. But if they help homeowners, they'll be like, hey, I don't own a home. They help people that went to school before and got crazy student debt and they pay it off or whatever. Like, hey, we got enough money, we saved enough, we could do this. They'll be like, hey, I didn't get that degree. I went to trade school. I earned it the hard way. Why should I have to pay for that? But we'll give Israel a couple $1 billion and we can't say nothing about it. Oh, here's $500 million for some missiles. There you go. But we can't use 200 to be like, yo, you know what? Just because we're a Christian nation, so just to do good, boom. It's a little good for the people. Boom. We're going to clean up this the state we're going to clean up this month. Look, boom, 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 boom. Go through it. Make sure everything look neat. Boom, boom. A new state each month. What we going to do? What we going to focus our tax dollars on? Boom, this state. Let's do a poll online on Twitter. What this state need? We can make this digital. There should be a polling. What state y'all want to see next? Oh, coming to New Orleans. We just had this, blah, blah, blah. This county needed. Y'all want to go here? And let all the Christian people and the Muslim people and the whatever, Israelites, blah, blah, blah. Let's vote on it and put the money straight to it. Help the people for no reason at all. That's some dope stuff.
Months, including not only signing on to the discharge petition, but also showing up at that press conference of the survivors. Now, that said, despite the fact that throughout this week, her feud with Donald Trump has been accelerating pretty fast, and I've enjoyed seeing that, she, at least as of like yesterday, is still pretending like Donald Trump wants transparency. And that is such a ridiculous thing to claim to believe at this point. It's not just her, they're all doing that. Lauren Boebert, after being brought into the Situation Room to take her name off of the discharge petition, comes out and says, I'm fighting with Donald Trump for transparency. Like, no, you're not. You're not at all. This dude wants to kill this story. He doesn't want a single page to ever be released. And so I hate that they can't be honest about that. I understand the pressure they're under. They don't want to have a sombrero on their head in Truth Social. But anyway, it is good to see them coming out and saying disclosure should happen. We'll end with Representative Thomas Massie, obviously, who helped to begin that discharge petition. He said, Republicans should consider a post-Trump world ahead of the Epstein vote. They need to look past 2028 and wonder if they want this on their record for the rest of their political career. Because eventually, Donald Trump is not going to be around to protect them.
If anything comes out in the Epstein file that show that these people were, and they were hiding it because they obviously seen it, whoever it is should be, them and their children should be forever stricken from running for public office. Anybody with their name, they should have to change their last name at birth to try to get away with it. No way. It'll be a revolution. Put Mr. Beast in office.
Or to try to distract from this issue. And we know that the base wants to focus on this topic. And so if you voted to stop this stuff from coming out, that could show up in ads, that could show up on the debate stage. It would not be a good look for them.
Yeah, so look, Donald Trump is giving you clues by giving the game away. So later in the show, we're gonna talk more about how he's saying, okay, now I want you to investigate Epstein. Wait, I thought you said it was a hoax, but only Democrats. But when you say only Democrats, that implies you know for a fact that Republicans also did it. Because I wouldn't say to you, look, I want you to investigate how Israel is manipulating our Congress, but not Turkey. Because then you think, why is Turkey also doing it, right? And so, but it doesn't know any better, and so he attacks his own voters and he attacks his own party, and that's a mistake. And so now the mistake is proven by not by Green or Massey, but by Kennedy. Why? Because Tom Massey's been right about this from day one, and he's been principled, and that's why we give him credit. He votes for the Republicans 91% of the time. That means I disagree with him 91% of the time, okay? Maybe 87, 89, right? But overall, no, I don't agree with his policies, but he's been honest, and you got to give the brother his due. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene came into that camp. Now there are two of them, as they would say in Star Wars. Okay, okay. And
Great
so,
movie.
And give Marjorie Taylor Greene a lot of credit for good. Some other guy, okay, but not Israel and not me. Not Israel, not me. Not Israel, not me. Okay, you're kind of giving the game away. So why is Kennedy the most relevant? Because Kennedy is an old school politician. He's foghorn leghorn, right? And he's been around forever. And Kennedy doesn't move unless all of his voters have moved, okay? Yeah. So Kennedy's gonna stick with the powerful. He's gonna stick with his donors. He's gonna stick with Trump, and we've seen him do it.
That's sad.
If he moves, it's only because.
Well, not that he stick with his voters. It's that if he stick with his donors specifically, because that implies that you could have 1 million people following you, but if 20,000 of them vote one way and give you enough money, you could leave the other couple hundreds of thousands out of it. Like, it could be 500 people, like there's billionaires. So imagine they got 1 million followers, but 500 of them are multimillionaires, and they're like, oh, we want you to do this though. And everybody else like, wait, hold on. But we want them to do this. You got 1.3 million followers. And most of us want them to do this. Over 1 million of us want them to do this. But they pay him enough, the 500. They're going to do what the minority want. That's not democracy.
That's it. If he doesn't move, he's going to lose power because his base is gone.
Yeah.
And that's why he kept saying, my people are chickens, but still, they've also said Trump did it. No, they're not saying, to be fair, the Republicans in Louisiana aren't saying Trump did it. They're saying somebody did it.
Yeah.
And it's obvious that Trump, like every administration.
Let's see what the people saying. F all the losers on the Epstein sex list. Didn't Epstein assume it might be dangerous for him to know so much about many? Yeah, it was his job. They say he was a Mossad agent for Israeli Secret Service. Trump derangement system has just taken a whole new meaning through the President Friday night tweet massacre. MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Thomas Massey are the shining stars of the entire GOP, and Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson. All the people they're trying to cancel. Trump does indeed protest too much over the Epstein file. One has to wonder why. Protests. I said project. Protest. Okay, I'm going to file a lawsuit for stealing my name for Kennedy. Americans don't get it. Orange dude is untouchable. We do. Listen, the people who voted for Trump, I say this all the time, that are in the category like myself, was almost like if the Democrats wanted the Republicans to be put in power from the effort they gave. They went from Biden, who was like clearly something was going on, It was like clear as day. And they're like, no, nothing's going on. Like he outpaces his interns. They're like, whoa, you 24, 25-year-old interns. They had to be like, slow down, Mr. President. We can't keep up. They wanted us to believe that. We seen them forget, like, we were wondering who's running the government. We went from that to, boom, Kamala. And we're like, what? Who's Kamala? We had to find out who she was on the fly and look her up and her past, the DA in California and putting people in jail and all this. And we had to look and do it on the fly. It was like, it's somewhere, I don't know. You just got to use a big word. It was unconstitutional or something. Like it just felt like it fits. It was unconstitutional for them to just put Kamala on and say, boom, there you go, huh? And then she wouldn't answer none of the questions. If she would have said, yeah, I'm going to stop Israel. Like, cause they were the people dealing with it now. We were seeing Biden bend over backward for Netanyahu's government. And Netanyahu was like, well, I don't care. And he even came to our Congress like, yo, we need to do more. He need to do more. Y'all need to get on it. And at the same time, we were threatening him like, you better not do it. You better like stop it and blah, blah, blah. And Kamala would just be like, oh, whatever. Like, yeah. Every time she answered, would you support Israel, blah, blah. She ain't said yeah, but it's getting out of hand. We need to stop it. If she would have said that, she would have won the election for sure. Trump would at least talk about like, oh, you know what? Last time I was president, Netanyahu was supposed to do this joint strike with me on a terrorist leader, and he didn't show up. And you know, I don't really like that. I don't know. I never got an answer for that. So we were like, okay, maybe he'll stop. Maybe Trump ego and his strive to be the best president and have no foreign wars would like stop it. Like he was just America first, no foreign intervention. Like we were gonna go into isolationism, like China, and just like build a wall around everybody else. Like, nah, we're not helping you unless it's in our interest, for real. Like we're gonna make sure no world wars kick off, but that's it. And we're like, okay, if he's gonna do that, then he definitely gonna stop Netanyahu. Then Netanyahu, if he come to Congress and say what he said about about Trump ego gonna kick in. Like, what? Who you talking to? Like. But now you got the Epstein stuff. I think Trump might sit down. This is getting crazy. It's like what they got on them because Netanyahu's still going, breaking the trees, PD. Like, we're heavy in the war. And the American people ain't getting mad. Be like, yo, we don't want this. This is too much. We're sending billions of dollars to y'all to buy stuff from us. Missiles and stuff. Trump let everybody down who's MAGA. This is sad. Like the gods and people are just dying, and if this is really a Christian society, no way you justify the death of hundreds of thousands of little kids under the age of 18. No way. If you do, if somebody say, "But I judge," it's hard for me not to judge you in my human form. Some kids dying to some people because like that literally say what they want. Like they don't lie. Like, oh, is it a genocide or not? And they're like, oh, it's only that if they say it is. You have to like one of the parts they got to basically like, yeah, I am. Otherwise, it can't be. It can be ethnic cleansing, but not that. They basically go back in Hebrew and be like, yo, everything we just said to them and promised them, like, don't mean it. We're not working with them. There's like we just promised to withdraw. They'll go back and Hebrew will be like, nah, we ain't withdrawing. We got crazy. We gonna get it 100%. We're gonna finish the objective of the war. And then our news be like, yeah, they stopped. Both sides, CNN and Fox. Israel said one Gazan watched their soldier get hit with a rock on top of the helmet. So they send 3 Hellfire missiles to the village. Oh, collective punishment. Okay, it's okay. They're the most moral. Let me know what y'all think, though, cave dwellers. This got to stop. Whoever on that file, Republican, Democrat, they all got to go. And any politician that voted no not to release it need to go. This is an American first. We need some isolationism. Make the world a better place. We need to be worried about the space age and getting to space and living to 150, 75 on average. Let me know what y'all think, though. Let's talk about it.